Last few summers I spent exploring Greece and its islands, and I want to share with you my favorites, so here's my Greek islands top 10. With over 6,000 islands, it's safe to say that Greece is home to some of the world's most beautiful islands. From the unique beaches of Crete to the daunting cliffs of Zakynthos, the Greek islands are waiting to be experienced. Let's start this video off on the island Santorini. Of Santorini, I think of all islands in Greece, Santorini is probably the most famous. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of tourists come to this island every year to experience iconic villages and Mediterranean scenery of the island. I came to Santorini a few summers ago and it lived up to its hype. Now to get there you can take a ferry from Athens, or you can also fly there for most European cities. And now one of the most famous places on Santorini is the village of Oia. I mean, when you think of Santorini, this is what you probably imagine: whitewashed houses, blue roofs, and just an insane backdrop. I went here early in the morning and just had the most incredible sunrise ever. I'd say if you want to come to Oia, make sure you visit as early as possible to avoid the crowds. Now a really cool beach on Santorini is Red Beach. It's famous for its maroon-colored sand and red cliffs that make you feel like you're on Mars. Another beach I really liked was Vlakata. It's located on the southern side of Santorini, and there's just these really unique-looking cliffs coupled with a narrow black sand beach. I like this area a lot because it wasn't too crowded compared to the other places. While we were here, we got on top the cliffs. It just was an epic place to watch the sunset. After Santorini we're Milos gonna head over to the nearby island of Milos. Now to get to Milos you can take a ferry from Santorini, or you can also make the short flight from Athens. A few years ago Milos was relatively unknown but has been growing in popularity, and with its incredible landscapes it's easy to see why the capital of Milos is Plaka. It's this beautiful town that's perched on a hill and overlooks island. It's a wonderful place to just chill and watch the sunset. Now one of my favorite places on the island is Clef Tico. The easiest way to get here is by taking a boat, where you can also hike there. They have these gorgeous white rocks and the water is just crystal clear. When I imagine Greece, this is the landscapes that I think of. I mean, such a stunning place. On your way there you can stop at the Siki Cave and take the small boat into its cove. Now another really cool spot on Milos is Sarika Niko Beach. It's not really a beach, rather it's a moonlight landscape made of lava that's been bleached by the sun. And see, there is a little beach there and also a swimming hole that opens up to the ocean, and there's also some great cliff jumping spots. Now another thing I really loved about Milos is all its fishing villages. There's just several little idyllic villages right on the water. One of my favorites is Mandrakia. It's this tiny little village that has a harbor with colorful garages for the boat. Now Mykonos, afterwards we're gonna head over to the island of Mykonos. After Santorini I'd say Mykonos is Greece's second most famous island. It's known for its vibrant nightlife and white buildings. You can reach Mykonos by ferry or plane. Now Mykonos is named the island to win, and there's some really cool windmills that you can check out. Now it's an ideal island if you want to relax during the day and party up during the night. While you're there you can stroll the cobblestone paths or relax on what Mykonos many beaches. Such incredible island. After we're going to visit Rhodes. Rhodes, located in the East Aegean Sea near Turkey. Rhodes is the fourth largest island in Greece, and it's full of beautiful landscapes and intriguing history. One of my favorite places on Rhodes is its old town. During the 14th century the Knights of Hospitaller occupied Rhodes and converted a former Byzantine fortress into the palace of the Grand Master. It's one of the few examples of Gothic architecture in Greece. Now one of my favorite places on the island is the town of Lindos. Its crowning feature is its Acropolis that overlooks the city. The first temple that was built here dates back to around 900 BC, and over the centuries the Acropolis was added on to by Romans and Byzantines. Today it stands as one of Greece's most well-preserved and popular archaeological sites. After Simi we're going to visit the nearby island Asimi. Now located right above Rhodes, just a few kilometers from Turkey's coast, Simi is this idyllic island, and it's been nicknamed the jewel of the Dodecanese island group. And a rich TV, there is no airport, so it can only be reached by ferry or boat. If you're staying in Rhodes it can make a great day trip to this little island. The highlight is Seeming is its harbor. It's full of colorful houses that overlook a GNC. Now aside from the harbor the island just offers so many hidden gems, incredible beauty, definitely worth a visit, especially if you're already on Rhodes. Afterwards we're gonna visit Crete. Now Crete is by far the largest island in Greece and the fifth largest island in the Mediterranean. I mean, it's huge and home to some massive mountains and phenomenal scenery. One of my favorite cities on Crete is Hania. The history of Hania is really interesting. During the 13th century it was ruled by Phoenicians, who built the fortifications that can be seen today. I love the lighthouse that overlooks a harbor. It was built in the 16th century and later modified by the Egyptians in the 1800s. One of the most popular beaches On Crete is Belos Beach. Now to get there it's about an hour drive from Hania on this dirt road, and when you reach the parking lot it's a decent hike down. Now the beach and lagoon are pretty insane. I mean, just this remote peninsula with this absolute stunning scenery, it's definitely one of the most unique and beautiful beaches in Greece. After we're going to head over to Corfu, the island of Corfu, now located right on the border between Greece and Albania. Corfu is one of the greenish Greek islands. In my opinion, the island is just so lush, especially compared to the other islands in this video. One of my favorite places on Corfu is Porto Timoni. It's this incredible horseshoe-shaped bay with beaches on both sides. It's a short hike down there and well worth it with its amazing views. Another interesting spot on the island is Cape Drastis as his cliff area with these really unique shaped sea cliffs that are worth checking out, especially during sunset after we're Lefkada going to visit Lefkada. One thing that's convenient about Lefkada is that if you're already on the mainland you can drive there since there's a causeway connecting the island to the mainland. Now the landscape of Lefkada is full of white cliffs, green vegetation contrasted with the cerulean sea. One of my favorite beaches on the island is Milos Beach. It's this long stretch of perfect white sand that is an ideal place to enjoy on a summer afternoon. Another really cool spot is Porto Katsiki. It's located more towards the end of the island. It's surrounded by steep cliffs and it just looks so incredible, especially during sunset. I mean, it's hard to beat the views of this Greek island. Afterwards, Kefalonia. We're going to the island that's right below the Kata called Kefalonia. To get to Kefloni you can take a ferry or a flight over. Kefalonia looks a lot like Rakata with its white cliffs and green vegetation. One of my favorite places there is the village of Assos. It's this little idyllic village full of colorful houses that's built uniquely on this peninsula as it overlooks the sea. There's this little cove that creates a phenomenal setting and which is such a charming Creek village. If you're more in the beaches you can visit the famous Myrtos Beach. It's a massive 5-mile-long white sand beach that's been voted Greece's best beach many times. Another popular place on Kefalonia is the Melisani Cave. According to legend, the cave is where the Melisani was drowned after being rejected by the god Pan. Even though the legend is a little depressing, it's a beautiful underground lake with crystal clear waters. For her Zakynthos final destination, we're going to visit my favorite Greek island. It's at Kynthos. I've been here twice so far and I just keep wanting to come back. It's one of the most impressive locations I've ever been, from 1,000-foot white cliffs to the bluest water you've ever seen. Zakynthos has it all. The most famous place in Zakynthos is the shipwrecked beach. Back in the 1980s, a cargo ship from Turkey was carrying illegal contraband and the Greece Navy chased them into this cove where it crashed. Over the years the sand has built up around the ship and it's created one of the most visually stunning locations in the world. The beach is only accessible by boat, so I got on one and headed to the beach. I was just baffled by the size of the cliff walls. They're over 1,000 feet high. After checking out the beach I decided to get a view from the cliffs above. I just had a good time exploring the cliff. There's no other sight like it. I waited to see the sunset and the view was just as impressive. I was amazed how the ocean water turned into this milky blue color while the setting sun turned the cliffs to an orange hue. It'll be a sunset I'll remember for the rest of my life. One of my favorite things I did on Zakynthos was rent a boat. Me and my buddy George got one and headed off to explore Zakynthos coast. We first went to this little island called Marathonasai. It's a beautiful little island and there's a nice beach you can dock on. After we headed over to this Kovan Zakynthos and we're surrounded by these gigantic cliffs. We got here later in the day and we pretty much had the whole code to ourselves. We threw in our anchor and just had a wonderful evening jumping off the boat and enjoying one of the many wonders of Zakynthos. I just freaking love this island. Well, that is it for my outro. Welcome to Travel Vision, your favorite travel channel. Today we are going to visit the most delightful city in Portugal, Lisbon. Every street here has a tale to tell and the past meets the present in a charming way. Lisbon is a wonderful treasure chest of once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, from its pastel-colored buildings and famous yellow trams to its spectacular vistas and lively local markets. Lisbon is sure to enchant anybody who visits, whether they are history buffs, foodies, or adventurers. Together let's discover, explore, and make incredible memories. If you want to be a part of this amazing adventure around Lisbon and beyond, subscribe and turn on notifications. If you want to experience the mesmerizing vibes of Lisbon and want to fully enjoy the experience, then watch this video till the end. Praia do Comércio, commonly known as Terra de Peso, is one of Lisbon's most prominent squares, presenting the city's rich history and maritime tradition. This grand plaza located along the Tagus River shoreline is surrounded by colorful buildings, ancient monuments, and lively cafes, making it a thriving center of activity and a must-see attraction for visitors visiting Lisbon. The area has a long history, going back to the rebuilding of Lisbon after the disastrous 1755 earthquake. It was initially intended as a large ceremonial venue to greet guests coming by sea and to highlight the city's riches and nautical might. Praçado do Comércio has hosted royal receptions, popular meetings, and significant events throughout Portuguese history. The north side of the area overlooks the Tagus River, providing panoramic views of the river and the 25th of April Bridge. You may also visit the busy market, which has vendors offering local crafts, souvenirs, and traditional Portuguese items. Praçado Comércio is open to tourists 24 hours a day, while particular shops and attractions may have different hours of operation. There is no entry charge to enter the plaza, although there may be costs for various attractions and activities in the neighborhood. Consider going to the plaza in the late afternoon or evening to experience the lively atmosphere as residents and visitors congregate to watch the sunset and socialize. Padrão do Discoveries, or Monument to the Discoveries, is a historic landmark in Lisbon's BM area. It is an homage to the Age of Discovery, honoring the explorers, navigators, and other personalities who played important roles in Portugal's maritime growth throughout the 15th and 16th centuries. The Padrão Descobrimentos was built in 1960 in honor of the 500th anniversary of the death of Prince Henry the Navigator. Infante Dom Henrique, a significant figure during Portugal's Age of Discovery. The original edifice was created for the Portuguese World Exhibition in Lisbon. The monument is located on the northern bank of the Tagus River, close to the waterfront in BM Lisbon. The monument is supposed to resemble a caravel, a sort of Portuguese sailing ship employed during the Age of Discovery. The construction has a sloping ramp that leads to an observation platform at the top, which provides panoramic views of the Tagus River and the surroundings. The monument is roughly 52 m 171 foot tall and is made mostly of concrete and stone. The Pedro Descobrimentos welcomes tourists all year round. The monument requires an entry charge, however students and seniors may get a discount. Visitors may tour the monument's interior, which includes an exhibition hall with historical artifacts, maps, and information on Portugal's maritime history. Visiting this landmark monument takes visitors on a fascinating trip through history while also providing stunning views of the Lisbon waterfront. It's a must-see for anybody experiencing the dynamic city of Lisbon and wanting to understand more about Portugal's Age of Music Discovery. Geronimus Monastery. The majestic Gonas Monastery Mu to Geronimus is located near the Padrão Diços in Lisbon, Portugal's Balin district. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a stunning example of Manueline architecture and a tribute to Portugal's rich cultural and maritime heritage. King Manuel Bratman commissioned the Jeronimos Monastery in 1501 to honor Vasco da Gama's successful trip to India and to express gratitude to the Virgin Mary for the explorer's safe return. The monastery was built over a century and was designed by a variety of architects. The Gonos Monastery is situated in the municipal parish of Santa Maria de Ban near the Tagus River in Lisbon, Portugal. Plan your trip early in the day to minimize congestion, particularly during busy tourist seasons. Consider buying a combo ticket that covers access to many BM attractions for increased convenience and savings. Take your time touring the monastery and its surrounds, since there is so much to see and admire in terms of architecture, history, and art. Belém Tower, popularly known as the Tower of St. Vincent, is one of Lisbon, Portugal's most prominent buildings. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a must-see site for tourists visiting Lisbon. Belém Tower is situated on the northern bank of the Tagus River in the civil church of Santa Maria de BM, Lisbon, Portugal. The BM Tower, which was built between 1514 and 1520, acted as a stronghold to watch over the Tagus River's entry and protect the city from naval attacks. It was commissioned by King John II of Portugal. The tower is an excellent example of mainline architecture, a Portuguese style distinguished by extravagant decoration, marine elements, and exquisite detailing. The tower is 4 floors tall and has ornate turrets, balconies, and carved stone sculptures. Visitors may ascend the small spiral staircase to the summit of the tower, where they can enjoy panoramic views of the Tagus River and its surroundings. The BM Tower is available to tourists every day except Monday. The tower requires an entry charge, however students and seniors might get a discount. It is best to come early to prevent lengthy lines, particularly during busy tourist seasons. Audio tours are available in a variety of languages and provide informative commentary on the tower's history and design. Wear appropriate footwear, since the tower's spiral stairway may be steep and small. Don't forget to bring your camera to capture the breathtaking views from the top of the tower. Make the most of your visit to the BM Tower by combining it with other nearby attractions. Mass Museum of Art, Architecture and Technology is a modern cultural institution in Lisbon's BM area. It is a Beacon of Innovation and Creative ACITY, displaying a diverse range of exhibits, events and installations that examine the interface of art, architecture and technology. MIAT was founded in 2016 as part of the EDP Foundation's cultural program. It was designed as a platform for promoting innovative, creative and cultural events. The museum's spectacular design and forward-thinking programming have swiftly established Lisbon as a must-see destination for tourists. In Lisbon, the MIAT building is an impressive example of modern architecture. The building's facade is covered with thousands of glazed ceramic tiles that shimmer in the sunshine and resemble the flowing waves of the adjacent Tagus River. The museum's interior has expansive galleries, streamlined architectural elements and cutting-edge exhibition spaces, making it a perfect setting for presenting modern and contemporary art, architecture and technology. The MIAT is open every day except on Tuesdays. The museum charges an entry fee with reductions available for students. Elderly and children visitors may browse the museum's displays at their leisure or take guided tours given by qualified museum personnel. The museum also has a bookshop, cafe and an outdoor terrace with a view of the river where visitors may relax and think. A visit to the MIAT will undoubtedly be a highlight of any vacation to the bustling city of Lisbon. The 25th of April Bridge Ponte 25 Diabal is one of Lisbon's most recognizable monuments, crossing the Terrace River and linking the city to Almada on the south bank. The 25th of April Bridge is not just an important transit connection but also a symbol of Portugal's history and tenacity. The 25th of April Bridge, formerly known as the Salazar Bridge Ponte Salazar, was opened on August 6, 1966 and subsequently renamed to honor the Carnation Revolution of April 25, 1974, which ended Portugal's Estado Novo government. The bridge's unique red color and elegant shape make it a standout on Lisbon's skyline. The bridge's main span is 3 long, 3,323 foot, making it one of the world's longest suspension bridges. The bridge's towers soar 190 623 feet above the river, holding the huge steel cables that hold up the highway while tourists are unable to go over the bridge. There are various vantage points in Lisbon and Almada from which to view its beauty. The bridge is best seen from the waterfront promenades along the Tagus River, as well as spectacular vantage spots like Maduro d'Alca Dento and Maduro de Sonora Dion. Tour boats and cruises along the Tagus River provide unique views of the bridge and city skyline. Photographers should visit the bridge at several times of day to capture the shifting lighting and atmospheric conditions. Consider taking a boat excursion on the Tagus River to get a unique view of the bridge and the city skyline. Check for any planned bridge work or closures that may impact traffic or visibility. Sanctuary of Christ the King. Pugal Santuario de Cristo is a towering monument in Alman, Portugal that overlooks the Tagus River and the city of Lisbon. Inspired by the Christ the Redeemer monument in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, this renowned landmark represents faith, peace and reconciliation. The Sanctuary of Christ the King is not only a remarkable feat of art and design, but it also represents faith, peace and hope, whether viewing the monument from afar or rising to the observation deck for panoramic views. A trip to this renowned landmark provides visitors with a deep and unique experience in the lovely city of Lisbon. The Sanctuary of Christ the King was developed in the 1940s as a symbol of gratitude for Portugal's neutrality during World War II. Construction on the monument started in 1959 and was finished in 1969, with the statue unveiled on May 17 of that year. Francisco Franco Dusa, a Portuguese artist, sculpted the monument, which is built of reinforced concrete and stands 28 m 92 foot tall. Visitors may climb to an observation platform within the monument's pedestal to enjoy panoramic views of Lisbon, the Tagus River and the surrounding countryside. Opening hours. The Sanctuary of Christ the King is available to tourists every day with different hours for the observation deck and chapel. Admission price. There may be a small price to visit the observation deck in chapel. Visitors may reach the sanctuary by vehicle, bus or ferry from Lisbon, and parking is accessible on site. While visiting the Sanctuary of Christ the King, visitors may also explore Alad's other attractions, including the Almada Castle and the Crystal Ray Viewpoint. Sword Castle. Imagine yourself atop a hill where the stone hallways echoes of old warriors' words and the rustling of majestic robes resounds. Welcome to Sword Castle, a sentry guarding the center of Lisbon, where history and tradition connect against an amazing landscape. Among Lisbon's most breathtaking vistas is provided by Saur Castle. From its ramparts, look out over the terracotta roofs, the meandering Tagus River, and the vast metropolitan scene below at sunset. When the city is drenched in golden light, the scene is especially beautiful. Alama wander over Alama's network of tiny cobblestone lanes where every turn brings fresh surprise, from vibrant tiled facades to quaint courtyards covered with blossoming flowers. The district's distinctive architecture and intimate atmosphere encourage you to explore and find its hidden treasures. For sweeping views of Lisbon's terracotta routes, the Tagus River, and the venerable 25-deal bridge, climb to the Maduros. Viewpoints: Maduro de Ciora Diante and Maduro de Santa Lua. These areas are ideal for catching the core of Ala's attractiveness as well as the lovely scene of the city. See the magnificent Se Cathedral with its striking Gothic architecture and the National Panther on where famous Portuguese people are buried. Lisbon's well-run public transit system makes Alama very accessible. From Bisha to Alfama, the venerable tram 28 weaves its way over the region, providing a picturesque and nostalgic trip. Tram 28. Martin Manis to Campo Urque. Imagine this: the sound of a vintage tram booming along little cobblestone streets, the aroma of fresh pastries filling the surrounding bakeries, and a rainbow of colors, sights, and sounds creating a vivid picture of Lisbon's appeal. Welcome aboard Tram 28, a moving museum spanning Martimon to Campo de Ori in the center of the city. Tram 28 provides a front-row view of Lisbon's architectural treasures. As it slinks across the city, admire the Moorish inspirations in the Alfama area, the majestic Bisha facade, and the pastel-colored houses covered in wrought iron balconies in Chiado. Particularly as the tram rises the hills, its path offers amazing views. Photograph the expansive red roofs, the Tagus River's sweeping views, and the far-off profile of the venerable 25D Ale Bridge with its little stores, busy markets, and secret courtyards. The path winds through some of Lisbon's most gorgeous neighborhoods. From colorful street art to rich vegetation, every step unveils another aspect of the splendor of the city. Originally unveiled in the early 20th century, Tram 28 has been a lifeline for Lisbon citizens and a monument to the city's continuing vitality. The tram links many areas, each with own character and past. Tram 28 is a microcosm of Lisbon's diverse cultural tapestry, from the bohemian elegance of Campo de Ori to the ethnic vitality of Martin. Croatia is a beautiful country situated in Southeast Europe. It's a country rich in history, culture, and natural beauty. The country is known for its stunning coastline, numerous islands, and diverse architecture. There are many cities in Croatia that are worth visiting, but here are the 10 best cities to visit in Croatia. Dubrovnik. Number 1. Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik, a city on the Adriatic coast of Croatia, is known for its stunning old town, which is surrounded by impressive walls dating back to the 16th century. In Old Town you can explore the narrow cobblestone streets, admire the architecture of historic buildings, and visit the Rector's Palace and the Dubrovnik Cathedral. Another must-see attraction in Dubrovnik is the city walls, which offer breathtaking views of the sea and the city. You can walk the entire length of the walls, which stretch for over 1.5 miles, and take in the sights and sounds of Dubrovnik from a unique perspective. If you're interested in history and culture, a visit to the Dubrovnik museums is highly recommended. The museums are located in several historic buildings throughout the city and showcase the rich cultural heritage of Dubrovnik and the surrounding region. For a relaxing day trip, head to the nearby island of Lokrum, where you can swim in the crystal clear waters of the Adriatic. Explore botanical gardens and visit a monastery that dates back to the 11th century. Split. Number 2. Split at charming coastal city in Croatia offers a myriad of attractions to its visitors. The best place to visit in Split is undoubtedly the Diocletian's Palace, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that was built in the 4th century. The palace is a stunning example of Roman architecture and is the heart of the old town. With narrow streets, shops, and restaurants, visitors can also visit the Cathedral of St. Dominus, which is the oldest Catholic cathedral in the world. The city's beautiful beaches such as Bachvite and Schneien are perfect for swimming and sunbathing. Split also has an array of cultural events, including the Split Summer Festival, where visitors can experience traditional music, theater, and dance performances. Finally, a visit to Marienhill, a popular recreational area, offers stunning panoramic views of the city, making it the perfect place to end a day of sightseeing. Number 3. Zagreb. Zagreb, the capital city of Croatia, is a beautiful and charming destination with a rich history and culture. One of the best places to visit in Zagreb is the historic Upper Town, which is home to stunning medieval architecture, charming narrow streets, and beautiful parks. Here visitors can explore the iconic St. Mark's Church, the picturesque Lauter Stock Tower, and the colorful Dalitz Market, where they can sample delicious local food and wine. Additionally, the city boasts several world-class Museums including the Museum of Contemporary Art and the Zagreb City Museum. Overall, Zagreb is a must-visit destination for anyone seeking an authentic and immersive travel experience. Zadar. Number 4. Zadar, a coastal city in Croatia, offers visitors an enchanting mix of ancient and modern charm. A must-visit place in Zadar is undoubtedly the historic Old Town. This area is home to some of the city's most iconic attractions, including the Roman Forum, the Church of St. Donatus, and the Cathedral of St. Anastasia. A walk along the Riva Promenade, a scenic waterfront pathway, is a must-do in Zadar. It's also the perfect spot to witness the sunset and hear the unique sea organ, a musical instrument that uses the sound of the waves to create a spiritual and magical melody. Other places to visit in Zadar include the Museum of Ancient Glass, the People Square, and the Zadar city walls. With its ancient architecture, gorgeous beaches, and vibrant cultural scene, Zadar is a must-visit destination for any traveler. Rovinj. Number 5. Rovinj, a picturesque coastal town in Croatia, is a perfect destination for those who love exploring historic towns with cobbled streets, stunning beaches, and excellent seafood. The Old Town in Rovinj is a must-see destination that sits atop a hill with stunning views of the Adriatic Sea. The narrow alleys offer an enjoyable stroll for tourists, while the St. Euphemia's Church bell tower provides a panoramic view of the town and the sea for visitors who are brave enough to climb up to the top. Another must-see spot is the Rovinj Aquarium, which showcases a vast collection of marine life found in the Adriatic Sea. For those who want to experience the beach, the Punta Current Park is a perfect spot with crystal clear water and pine forests. Overall, Rovinj is an ideal destination for those seeking relaxation, culture, and outdoor adventures. Number 6. Pula is a beautiful city located in the Istrian Peninsula of Croatia, known for its rich history and culture. For those fascinated by history and culture, the must-visit destination in Pula is the impeccably preserved Roman amphitheater, commonly referred to as the Pula Arena. Regarded as a symbolic landmark of the city, it's the 6th largest surviving amphitheater from the Roman era worldwide. The impressive structure is an exemplary showcase of ancient Roman engineering and architectural prowess, making it a magnificent sight to behold. Apart from the Pula Arena, visitors can explore the beautiful beaches, charming Old Town, and enjoy the delicious local cuisine. Trogir. Number 7. Trogir, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is a charming coastal town in Croatia that boasts of stunning architecture, cultural heritage, and natural beauty. Undoubtedly, the historic Old Town is the top attraction to visit in Trogir, as it boasts a plethora of architectural wonders, including the Camerlengo Castle, St. Lawrence Cathedral, and the iconic Turagir Clock Tower. The picturesque waterfront promenade lined with colorful buildings and yachts is another must-visit spot in Trogir. Additionally, visitors can explore the local markets, sample traditional cuisine, and soak in the sun on the sandy beaches in and around Trogir. Number 8. Korčula is the perfect place to visit for anyone who wants to experience the perfect blend of history, culture, and natural beauty. The Old Town of Korčula is the most beautiful place to visit in the island, surrounded by walls that protected the town from invasion during the medieval era. You can explore the narrow streets, beautiful churches, and fascinating museums that showcase the rich history and culture of this island. The stunning beaches, crystal clear waters, and small coves are ideal for swimming, sunbathing, and enjoying water sports. The Velispila Cave is another must-visit place in Korčula, as it is one of the most significant prehistoric sites in Europe. Korčula is also famous for its traditional dance, sword dance, and its delicious seafood cuisine. Number 9. Hvar is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Croatia, famous for its stunning beaches, crystal clear waters, and vibrant nightlife. The best place to visit in Hvar is the Old Town, where you can explore the ancient fortress, stroll along the cobblestone streets, and discover charming local shops and restaurants. The stunning Patklini Islands are also a must-see destination, offering breathtaking views and a range of outdoor activities such as snorkeling, kayaking, and paddle boarding. Whether you're looking for a relaxing vacation or an adventure-filled getaway, Hvar is the perfect destination for any traveler. Šibenik. Number 10. Šibenik is a charming town located on the coast of Croatia that is a must-visit destination for travelers. The best place to visit in Šibenik is the stunning St. James Cathedral, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This architectural masterpiece is one of the most impressive examples of Renaissance architecture in Croatia, and its intricate stone carvings and elaborate decoration are simply breathtaking. Other must-visit sites in Šibenik include the medieval Old Town, the beautiful Šibenik Promenade, and the nearby Krka National Park, which is known for its stunning waterfalls and natural beauty. Reason for visiting Croatia. Croatia is a beautiful country with many stunning cities to visit. Whether you're interested in historic landmarks, beautiful beaches, or vibrant nightlife, there is something for everyone in Croatia.